Hi all, how are you doing? Hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. Okay, so a few things have come out since me doing my view of this AMA, and some people have made a few good points and basically reminded me of some stuff that I should have really picked up on. So let me just play this part. Anthony Turner here is talking about the amount of bonus tokens and how there's like loads of them. Okay, so let me just play this.
The culprit. Just to say, I recognize. I mean, I should have had a lot more focus on this. These things were happening, and obviously, as I said previously, my primary focus has really been around the chain and building the team that's going to deliver on it. I should have been more on top of this. So seeing these things come out in the wash is quite disturbing and understandable why the community sort of is asking for these answers. So those are and don't. This is roughly right. You don't need to worry about sort of accuracy there. It just gives
I love that. I love that. So he's going over, you can see obviously this graph here and look at the orange bit. These are all the bonus tokens. Clearly more sales of the more bonus tokens uh, have been sort of issued compared to the baseline tokens. I think they call it the baseline tokens. Um, so if we then go back to AMA 6, all right. I mean, you can see here, no bonuses after 28th of March. So remember, I made a video about this, how they were going to stop the bonuses and then they didn't. Okay. So they made this AMA and then they said they were going to stop the bonuses. And yet, let's face it, they went on to do like 2049% bonuses. Here, they're only at 400%. So let me just play this clip from this AMA 6. This was in 28th of March, I think, or yeah, sorry, 20th of March, I think.
it needs to be a sustainable project, and the bonuses do compromise that. Having said that, we've got a massive investor base. I mean, we've set ourselves.
So he's basically saying the bonus tokens compromise the project. So he said that in March after the bonus tokens have been out for a while, obviously. Um, so in this video, he's sorry, in this AMA, he's saying I took my eye off the ball and I let things slide and stuff. But in this one, he's saying I want to stop the bonuses. So in other words, in this video, he's on the ball and he wants to do the right thing and stop the bonuses. Yet the bonuses next week basically carry on. This later video, he's basically saying, "Oh, he didn't really look at the bonuses, and he didn't really he didn't really he was surprised at how many bonus tokens there were." Okay, so it doesn't make any sense, does it? So clearly, the early AMA 6, he's on it, and he knows that the bonus tokens are destroying the project. And then later on, he's saying, "Oh, I didn't know." So clearly, in my opinion, anyway, it feels like he's lying here. Um, because on one AMA he's on it, and on this AMA he's not on it. It doesn't add up. All right. So what this is telling me again is that he is not in charge of this project. He's not pulling the strings. Okay. There's clearly someone behind this that is saying I want the bonus tokens to carry on. All right. And he can't stop this. He says things like what he wants to happen, but he can't stop this. So I think it should be part of the investors should know if there is somebody else in charge. And whenever the AMAs are and GK gets mentioned, the chat sort of go ramps up. I've been told, and I think it's right for the in Blockdag investors to be told um, whether or not Anthony Turner is fully in charge of this project or somebody else is behind this project pulling the strings. Uh, because obviously you've invested $400 million of your hard-earned money into this project and you're being duped. Yeah, you're not being told the whole story. You're not being told who's behind the project. And a lot of people are thinking that Anthony Turner's in charge when he's not. So basically, things can change. It's it seems like it's this other person who's in charge and they're pulling the strings. So whatever Anthony Turner says, and this is the point, whatever Anthony Turner says, you can take with a pinch of salt because whatever he says is kind of meaningless. If this other person doesn't want to do it, it's not going to happen. And remember, it didn't happen in March of 2025. Hello, Chester. Chester's on it like a car bonnet. So I think the big question, so next Friday, and I'm sure the Blockdag investors will be watching this video because they watch all my videos. So I'm putting it to the Blockdag investors, ask the really hard question to Anthony Turner and don't let it go. Get a proper answer out of him, either a yes or no. You don't have to get whoever's in charge. We we pretty much I think we pretty much know who's in charge. But I would like the Blockdag investors to ask Anthony Turner, ask him if he's in charge of this project. So ask him, can he stop the marketing? Okay. They've mentioned GK's part of the marketing that they've used. Are they going to stop using him? Is Anthony Turner fully in charge? Does he have the last say in all the departments? Because he should have. That's what a CEO's job is to have the to be overall in charge. Okay. So he might not own it. Okay. So there's nothing wrong in having somebody else who owns the project, but he's the CEO and he runs the project. Somebody else can own it, all right, and then they can say, "Well, I'd like this to happen," kind of thing. But who is pulling the strings? Is it Anthony Turner or is it somebody else? Because it feels like it must be somebody else because the amount of times Anthony Turner has wanted something to happen and it doesn't happen, and it or how many times he conveniently takes his eye off the ball is ridiculous. And this impacts the investors, and it's your money. It's $400 million of your money. You should be more confident that Anthony Turner is in charge, or you need to know the answer. Okay, that is the bottom line. So I'm asking Reed Davis, Mohammed Allen, Adam, to ask this hard questions. Now, Mohammed asked pretty hard questions last time. Um, so here's another one for you. Can you ask that question to Anthony Turner? Are you in charge of this project? Do you pull the strings? And can you go even further? If you're not in charge, who is in charge? Are you allowed to say that? So ask those questions. Let's see what happens. I'm sure all the investors would like to know the answer to that one. Okay, have a great night, everybody, and see you again.